Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Eddie here. I should not be doing this. I absolutely should not be doing this, but I don't care. I'm gonna be watching another episode of Vampire Diaries. I just want to. So I'm going to. We'll see in 40 some odd minutes how good of an idea that was. I'm still emotional from the last one, and I think I explained myself at the end of that one, so we won't go there. But I have so many hopes and dreams for the future of this show. I'm not showing a whole lot of willpower right now, or patience, and I need to just continue on. Yeah, I don't care. So here we go. The only thing is, I love talking about episodes in between with you guys. So I'll for sure stop after this one. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Okay, so let's just go. This is episode 19, Miss Mystic Falls. Beauty pageant. Good, look at him. Also, I'd just like to mention that sometimes I kind of feel like a little bit of a sicko, because sometimes, like, you know how it is, I'm just going about my business, caring about characters and people and stuff, and hoping the best for them, hoping they do the right thing, and then Stefan, like, sees blood on somebody and he gets this look in his eyes. I know it's the blood he's craving, but it's like he's craving you know? And I'm like, ooh, man. Maybe I'm okay with this. It's not my fault, okay? He craves the blood and I crave that. Sorry. I had to say it, just because it might come up again. I'm not sure I can do anything about it, so I'm just gonna say that's how it is, and you guys can just deal with it. Let's go. By the way, if you are on YouTube, check out my Patreon. We're on episode 19 here, so I'm into season 2 already on Patreon. Join the fem. We're having a good time talking in there. And also, it looks like we might be starting some movie reactions and polls for what movie I'm going to do soon, just from the comments I'm glancing at now.
Does that mean you're okay now? With all the cravings?
Yeah, I mean, the worst part is over, so now all I want to do is just...
I don't know. I don't know whether to believe him. He's so good at, like, acting like he's okay.
He had no recollection of changing them.
Meaning the vampire who stole the blood used mind control to hide the theft.
I know what you meant.
We wouldn't have noticed had John not alerted us to recent discrepancies at other
When
hospital
really
blood
annoying
banks.
people are around, Damon becomes my favorite person.
John.
What if you chop his finger that has the ring on it off, and then kill him?
curriculum for a...
So,
Looks like we will be at full occupancy.
Where have you
Welcome home.
been?
Right.
Oh.
What does it mean to have a founder? Well...
Uh-oh. I'm so happy to see her,
I'm here on
though.
behalf of it's been really hard.
Bonnie! Thank God you're home. I know we talked every day, but I missed you. How are you doing?
We talk every day?
Better. It's better, you know. Glad to be back and trying to keep myself.
I'm clean.
You're lying.
Believe what you want.
This is so interesting. This is great writing and great acting, because you can clearly see that Stefan is projecting very clear, like he's trying so hard to project very clear things, but very different things with different people. Like strength and confidence and solidarity with Elena, and then right here was a totally different dynamic. He was trying to project like independence, and almost in a way like trying to prove to Damon that I don't know exactly how to say the words. It's like clear in my head, but I don't know how to say it. It's just a different thing he's projecting to Damon. Like, he doesn't trust that Damon knows what's good and bad, and also he doesn't trust Damon's intentions, so he's just projecting, like, independence. I don't need your help. I'm good. I've always been good. Afraid that if he shows he needs Damon, then Damon could easily take advantage of him, and, like, he's doing an excellent job of those two different false personalities, because they're both false, but they're both different, and both of them are different than his normal self. That's great. That's great.
Recognize that I haven't been as involved this year as I used to be.
I implemented this year's Go Green campaign at school.
I've been distracted, and I let a lot of things slide.
I don't think it's
Well,
wrong
Elena's
for me
gonna
to
get
win
it.
2 years in a row.
Which means the invention is retrieval.
Well, what is it?
The only thing that matters is that I want it back. You're
What
going
is
to
it?
help me if you want your secrets.
Left hand around.
This is cute. Look at them.
Sorry, only one of us was around when dance was invented.
No. There's no touching during this part.
Oh, go away.
It's about the simple intimacy of the near touch.
Okay.
Very nice, Amber.
Bye.
How are you?
I begged Bonnie to fill in for Matt. He had to work today.
He has also saved her life. Like, whatever blame she puts on the vampires for what happened to her grandma, or for helping the vampires, like,
Bonnie, you have to tell me what's wrong.
is it really
It's not what I'm talking
overriding
about.
how good
What do
she
you know? Where's
knew
that?
in her heart
You
Stefan
barely
was?
said 10 words to me, and you won't
Because
even
she
look at
did.
Stefan.
I remember it.
I blame him, Elena.
No.
Him and Damon.
No.
And I'm not gonna put you in a situation where you have to choose sides.
You
I'm just having a
can't
hard time.
decide to help and then
Okay.
blame them. That's not fair. And I say that with all the sympathy in the world for you. You're like my favorite character. Guys.
Are you okay?
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. Help him. Help him.
No,
Yeah,
it's just-
help him. Alaric, please,
feeling ill.
please tell me. Please tell me he'll be the one person that'll give him the help he needs.
Hey,
Hi.
heard you're driving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. Let me get that for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like him so much.
How was Stefan?
He was in bad shape for a while, but he's bouncing back now.
Lark. Hey, buddy.
No. Some people
I
are
thought I
always
was
just
driving.
it's very easy to make them think you're okay because they just
going
want it
through.
to be true so badly.
Jeremy can ride with you.
Bitch. Poor Jeremy, though. Look at her. If this song that they're playing is yellow, I hate it.
Is there really a whole month of these events that I'm supposed to show up at?
You can fight it if you want, but it's part of being a
Yikes.
Gilbert.
He's gonna turn to him.
Yeah, you.
I told you. Did
mentioned
I
you
not
know,
say?
about the family.
I get panic attacks.
Do you need some privacy so you can
Aw.
change?
Actually, I'm
Why are we so focused on her? Is she gonna die? Interesting how her hair's
Inconvenience me. I'll.
more wavy, a little bit like
What are you
Catherine.
talking about?
Stefan's still drinking human blood.
What?
Yeah. But he spent all this time fighting it when he should have been learning how to control it. Well, now it's controlling him instead.
It's a good point. It's hard to like trust that you will be able to control it when you don't have a lot of good examples of that around, though. So, I think I also would
You were
choose
basically
just not to
using
even let
me to
it.
turn you into a vampire so you could be with someone else.
Not even give
I
it a
wasn't
chance.
using you. Really?
Hard to blame them
And how would
too.
you like to define?
I know about the blood, Stefan.
I'll be downstairs drinking.
I need somebody to support Stefan,
I was
like
gonna tell you.
not blame
I'm
him.
fine. The blood, it doesn't change anything.
It's changing you.
Why? Because I kept it a secret from you? Come on, Elena, look. Given the way that you're reacting right now, can you really blame me for doing that?
Don't blame him.
So what, so you and Damon all of a sudden have everything figured out?
Yikes.
It's not about Damon. It's about what's happening to you.
I know, and I'm telling you that I'm fine.
I want Stefan to be okay and nobody's helping him.
I thought you believed in me.
Elena, let's go. The lineup's starting.
This is, oh my god, this is so hard to watch.
Oh God, sorry.
Oh no. Oh no. And it's so hard to watch him become like this. Literally because nobody is giving him the kind of help that he needs when he needs it. Wow, beautiful dresses
Nope.
though.
Just
Holy
being
shit.
boring, fill-in. No way, no. You had your chance to drop out. And believe me, I was all for it. Because there's no way that I can beat you. You're doing this because it was important to your mom.
I freaking love
Forbes.
Caroline.
And her escort, Jeffrey Lockwood Hamilton.
Did you just... How do I express the sheer amount of maturity that just now is on display? Holy hell. I mean, wow. She has clearly felt some way about this event or this title or whatever this is. This, I don't know, it sounds like you have some responsibilities after you get this job title thing. And it sounds very important to her, not at all important to Elena, except that it's something her mom wanted for her. And just like in the situation with Matt, Caroline has clear and understandable and totally acceptable feelings about how things are, about Elena receiving or being advantaged in, or I don't know, in them both, and yet both times has shown a real maturity in like what she just did. Literally saying to Elena, like, I definitely would have been fine with you dropping out. She knows that she doesn't care about this. We saw it in the interviews, how hard Caroline tries, which is part of her problem, but it's like I love her for it. Like, she's trying so hard, and you can see why she does. And then Elena saying, like, she's like, yeah, I haven't been there, I haven't been participating, I don't really care. You know, wants to leave the event now even, and I bet you she'll still get it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's necessarily because her parents died. That would be a reasonable thing I think to assume, but maybe there are other things involved, which also still would be very unfair. And if you look at it from Caroline's perspective, that would be extremely frustrating. Like, extremely frustrating. I can't even tell you how frustrating that would be. And yet she says, but you're not going anywhere. This was important to your mom, because she knows that there's no way that Elena will forgive herself for not going through with it if it was that important for her to do it in the first place because of her mom. That is so great. I love Caroline so much. Wow. All the awards.
Elena, you're next.
If I were at the bottom of the stairs, I'd be waiting with a Grammy, an Emmy, an Oscar.
So she has no idea you read her journal.
She keeps
And a
things
Tony.
from me. I'm gonna keep things
She'd
from
get
me.
all the awards.
I don't want to remember Vicky like that.
As a monster.
As someone who wanted to hurt me.
That
You
was
were just a part of my plan to get my mother back.
a great thing for him to say right
But
then.
then things changed.
This is the moment where he's learning through interactions. He's kind of been conditioned into who he can trust and who he can't. I can literally see it happening in front of my eyes. Fantastic writing and acting and all of the above, but it's also, again, like, so many things are hurting me in this show. Why does it hate me so much? Like, I like Jeremy so much, and I don't want him to be like against other people I like. Everyone is so beautifully flawed.
You're standing in the parking lot with me.
In the parking lot with you.
I'm sorry.
Damon and Elena had an opportunity to stop this. He
I've been
can't
drinking
do
the
it by
human stuff, and
himself.
it's really screwing with my head. Oh, she knows now.
And he...
No, she wasn't supposed to find out. I didn't want her to find out. Now everything's ruined.
Escorted by Mr. Stefan Salvatore.
I'm a little bit mad at both Damon and Elena because there were just like along the way multiple steps. They just could have helped him a little more than they did, or a little better than they did, without like talking to each other about it so much. Just less time on that, like maybe a little bit, and then onward to help Stefan. He needs it. Please.
What is she doing with Damon?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Right now, we just have to get through this.
Because you can't tell me that he's not enjoying this a little bit. And Stefan is like, he's got no one. I know that voice. Is this Within Temptation?
I don't hurt people. I don't do that. I'm the good brother.
He's like holding off as long as he can and nobody's coming to help him. Alaric maybe?
I want to kill
Alaric, maybe Alaric. He'll never forgive him. He will never forgive himself for killing somebody.
If you puncture this just right, you can control the blood flow. Takes
I'm
practice,
stressed as hell. I'm stressed
It doesn't
as
have
hell.
to make him mad.
Stopping you.
He is
If I do
the
this,
best he possibly can.
if I give in, there's no going back.
Then
Please stop dancing with each other and help him. I thought they cared about him. No. Oh my god. I was so sure somebody would show
I'd
up.
like to offer a...
I'm a little bit angry. I'm not gonna lie.
Miss Caroline Forbes.
Congratulations. I actually won.
Good. That's good at least. Yay, I'm happy for her. And he's
What's the matter?
still holding on.
It's okay. It doesn't hurt that
Wow.
much.
I need you to run like hell. Do you understand me? Run! Run! Now!
Did you find him?
There were signs of a struggle in the upstairs bathroom. There was blood. And that Emma girl's missing.
Oh my god. He wouldn't hurt her. He won't.
Let's just find him, okay?
The efforts being made by them on his behalf are so weak and pathetic that it astounds me.
Come on, get control of it. Come on. It's okay. Come on.
Bonnie's gonna be even more afraid. Wow.
It's okay.
Well, thanks for not killing him, I guess, Bonnie. You can't rely on these people. That shocked look on Elena's face right now just pissed me off too. That's the last face he's going to remember about you.
You didn't see anything.
And that'll be in his mind forever. Just toss it under the pile of things he hates about himself.
Damon and I can take it from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a really cool thing displayed by Bonnie right there, but I don't think I can appreciate it properly at the moment.
I told you I wasn't gonna make you choose. But I need to make the choice for myself. Please just leave me alone.
Like everything is literally leading towards so many people seeing Stefan as the enemy. He faces an impossible task and they knew it. It's not like he just fell off the wagon because he has no willpower. They did it to save his life and they knew there would be consequences and nobody's doing what they need to do to help him. They're allowing it.
She's new in town, I think.
So mad.
Shouldn't be here.
I know.
I am so hesitant right now. What is she gonna say?
That wasn't you.
Oh, it was absolutely me. A monster, a predator. It's who I am, Elena.
No.
That's what the blood makes you.
The blood brings out what's inside of me.
No, it
You think
doesn't.
any differently than you're an idiot.
That's so the opposite.
I know
of the
this
truth.
isn't-
I need to make something clear here. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Our choices are what define us. Dumbledore in Harry Potter said something to Harry that has always stuck with me, and throughout my entire life, it's proven more and more true time and time again. Just because you have an ability or a craving or an issue or a disability or anything that you have no choice over having cannot, by definition, define who you are. How you want to handle them, how you fight to handle them, how you choose to handle them, and all of that together defines who you are. And that's why Damon was wrong when he said deep down he is like me. They both want different things. They both, and this is not me making judgments on Damon at all. I'm just saying they're different. And the reason is because they choose to handle what they are differently. That's what makes who they are different. Stefan needs to know that right now so bad. When she said she is not afraid of him, she needs to show him that even that she knows that's not him. He fights against that every day, and just because sometimes it's harder and you fail, people fail at things, doesn't make them try any less harder. And he was trying all freaking day. He held on like a freaking champ. If he wasn't as strong as he is, that girl would have been dead so freaking fast. The only reason she's alive is not because they showed up on time. It's because he held on as long as he did for them to finally come looking for him, not because they showed up on time. And I really hope Bonnie doesn't make this she saw that, so clearly this is going to be a thing where she really hates Stefan despite all of the things that he's done to help her. I don't care about whatever motivations and things were going on at any of those times. She knew in her heart that he was a good person. I saw it on her face, and I saw it again when in editing, and it's turned. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's who I am, Elena.
No, you can't scare me off.
Why would you risk it? Why would you come here?
Because I did this. This is my fault. I'm the one who made you drink the blood.
All you did was expose me to who I really am.
This isn't you.
Stop saying that!
Stefan, I'm not gonna give up on you. I believe in you.
Stop! Stop!
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know what's happening to me.
It's okay, Stefan. Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
God, I hate this show.
I'm sure.
What are they doing?
Come in.
I'm gonna stay here.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Sorry. Oh no. This is not a good show. This show is wrecking me. Sorry, give me a second. All right, you guys, this is a really, really fantastic and well-written show. I think I'm just sorry. I don't think I realized this completely in the first 16, maybe even in 17. I don't know when I started realizing this. The issue started in episode 17 that made me realize this, but I don't know if I realized it then. In at least the first 16 episodes, I don't think I realized exactly why I connect with Stefan on the level I do. but I'm seeing it now. And Paul Wesley is doing a fantastic job. Really, really great. It's weird because in that moment when she when she told him she knew about the blood because he caught them talking together, there's no way to get out of that without saying he knows. He's asking, but he knows you were talking about him. I don't know exactly how you handle a situation like that correctly or incorrectly or whatever, but in that moment, if you're gonna tell somebody that you believe in them, or that in this case she had told him she's not afraid of him, and you know it's important to stand your ground on that, as long as you can tell they're trying. That's the only thing that matters, really. They might have to try 100,000 times, but if they're genuinely trying, it's a good thing, and you should help. You should want to help if you really care about them. Now, there are situations, of course, you can't let somebody drag you down. It's like family. Sometimes, you know, in families, families should always want to help one another, and it's a different story sometimes. Every circumstance is different. Boyfriend and girlfriend, depending on, you know, how destructive it is to you. But there's not been a situation. He has been so strong around her, and so, you know, in that moment, yeah, he was wrong. She found out he was lying to her, and like, you know, now that I've seen the whole episode and how they handled it at the end, I am super relieved. So I don't have to, like, this isn't really as much of an issue anymore. But it's still, now I can say, understandably, looked a little like shocked at him. She clearly didn't see what was going on, which I knew she didn't see it. It was just frustrating me because I think she was willfully not seeing it. Like, there are so many times in life, and we all do this, where people say they're okay and you know they're not, and you never and we don't follow up on it because either it's just not important enough for us to, like, you know, to stop worrying about ourselves, because, you know, we all have to worry about ourselves. That's not a thing we can't do. But like, that's how, if you look at those moments, that's how you can really tell who are the important people to you and who aren't really that important to you. And I would just prefer that you don't ask at all if you don't care. You know, it's frustrating. That part is frustrating to me about life in general. But that's not what we're talking about here. And you could see in his eyes, this is what I meant to get to. I'm going to probably go off on 1,000 tangents on this one. The thing about it was the eyes. This is why I think it's such a great performance by him, because there are two ways that somebody who's caught in a moment like that, they might in both situations bring up that you said you weren't afraid of me. But there are two different ways that would probably come up from somebody like an addict or anybody caught in a situation like that. Because they are clearly in the wrong in that moment. You did lie to the person, but because of the way, like, of that moment and what it meant when she said, or when anybody in a situation says, like, I'm not afraid of you, but then never followed up after that every time they said they were okay. And that's not completely her fault, of course. He is really good at hiding it and acting like he is okay. But Damon knew that he wasn't, and kind of told Elena that. I mean, I'm trying to think, the episode was so heavy that I can't remember exactly if he did before that party also, or it just that was the first time he said anything about it. And there's a part of me that just thinks that Elena kind of did suspect. They're like, because you have to know that it's like, he's not just going to get over it on his own that quickly, like or that easily, and you need to just kind of push. She's young, it's not her fault. I hesitate to blame anybody here. It's just frustrating to me because that look on his face when he said, you said you weren't afraid of me, but clearly in that moment, the way she was behaving, I don't know exactly what it was portraying, but to him it was going to seem like she couldn't believe what she was seeing, or she was afraid of him, or something along those lines. And he looked so like not betrayed, but like broken about it. Like he was relying on that so much to help him believe in himself, that maybe that he can get this together at some point, and it fell apart. That look was so telling. Like, sometimes an addict in that position, God, I'm so bad at this right now. A person in that position will bring up that moment as a way to manipulate. Vicky was really good at that. She was really good at this. Like, would say, you said you wouldn't be afraid, like, on purpose to make you feel bad. But you could see in his eyes that that was just almost just like his thoughts coming out of his head, and it was just like destroyed this wall he had built between what he was going through and like what he was trying to be. Like, I identify with him on a level I can't really explain, but I went through an addiction, and I also was abnormally good. Like, a lot of people are good at pretending they're okay, but I was very good at it. Very, very good. I was way too smart about the subject than was good for me. I knew exactly what to do and how to do it, and pretend I was fine. And you also find that it's really easy to convince people of things when they just hope that it's true really bad, and they just, especially if they're far away, or when people are busy in their lives, and they always are, it's really easy for somebody to convince you that they're fine, because it's so much easier for you if they are. It's a sad reality. It's a sad reality to face about ourselves, that we can be so selfish sometimes, but we all are. If we don't face that, then we can't do anything about it. That's just how it is. I wish, like, I don't know. I'm so all over the place about Damon right now, because I know for sure in my heart that he knew that Stefan wasn't okay, and he knew it for a lot longer than just at the end here. The thing I don't know is why he handled it the way he did. There could be many reasons, and I don't know which one it is or what combination of them it is. I suspect it's a little of all of it, but like, I think there's a part of him that thinks Stefan really does just need to like start drinking human blood again, even if it goes badly. Like, eventually he'll level out, and then, like, you know, win-win, I won't feel as bad about myself anymore, so that there's that, and then Stefan will be okay once he kind of gets through this part. And then I think there's another part of him that's like, that is dealing with this other issue in town, you know, trying to protect him and Stefan from the things that are happening, the things people are finding out or figuring out. And so that's distracting, which then makes it easier for him to feel like Stefan will work it out with, like, if I just push him farther along the path. He's convinced, I think that's part of it, like, he's convinced that what he needs to do, the only thing that'll help him, is to get back. Like, he's convinced the problem is that he just has never been on human blood. That's the problem. No, that's not technically true. He was doing very, very well, and has stayed strong for a very long time. There's nothing to suggest that would change. The only thing that changed is that in order to save his life, they had to give him some. So they had to give him the drug. That's not an indication that that's what he needs. It might be true that this would be less bad if he hadn't been off it for so long. That might be true. And that he should have been learning to control it, not just stop it. But I think that I think we can see that it was very clear that had he not been dying, and maybe in that case, it's like, you know, we can debate about like the right thing to do when somebody is dead or not dead, and or like when is an acceptable thing to do to save somebody's life. But I'm not going to get into that because I don't even know. But he would have been fine. He had been for so long. We all have moments where we falter, but he's been so strong. And so who is anybody to say that what he was doing was wrong, was the wrong way? I don't think that you can say that. I really don't. And there's no evidence we've seen yet that tells me that. I think that it can, both ways can be correct, and Stefan's way was just as correct. For him, he didn't trust himself. Maybe sometimes people really are more prone because they feel so deeply that the only way to keep it under control is to be as strong, to project as much strength as possible, and solidarity. I think that's a word I would use to describe him. That's not something that's not a part I relate to, but I do think it applies to him. Then I also think that there is maybe subconsciously, maybe a little consciously, a part of Damon that kind of is reveling in a few things. Stefan's willpower falling apart, helping make him feel a little better about himself, because maybe he's a little ashamed of himself. And, those people who do the right thing always make people feel uncomfortable about themselves. It's why we hate people who want to help other people so bad all the time. Those are always the most hated people. It makes us feel uncomfortable about ourselves, and so we just choose to hate them instead and convince ourselves that their way of doing things is wrong. Like, literally, our brains are that good at rationalizing. And then also maybe reveling a little bit in the fact that, he's got feelings for Elena. Stefan's falling apart, and he's getting closer with Elena. And that part I don't like at all. And not even because I need Stefan and Elena to be together. That's not at all how I'm feeling anymore. I like them together, I do. I really do. But it's not at all what I care about now. I just want him to be okay, and it would not be okay for him to see that. Or to know that that started while he could have used some help. That sucks. That would hurt him so badly. It's like, fine if you guys want to be together, but like, did you have to do it while I needed you? And I held it together so long. He really did. He was out there for it was daytime, and he was pacing and trying to talk himself down. And then it was nighttime, and when Damon ran up to Elena in the house, and she's like, "Did you find him?" Like, literally, I'm like, "Is nothing been done? Literally you only looked around the house? What have you? This bitch can move at lightning speed, and that's all you've done? Clearly he's not in the house." That was so half-assed. He needed support right then. I'm so relieved by the way they were at the end, though. I really was. She showed up, and it was almost like he was just raging, trying to get her, he feels like it's over, he's lost control. The look on Bonnie's face told him that. The look on Elena's face told him that. Yeah, he was attacking that girl, but I don't even know how long he held off this inevitability until they finally decided to go find him. So it was not about them showing up just on time. I mean, yeah, he would have never forgiven himself for, this in no way has convinced me that, I've changed no thoughts of mine about Stefan. I think he's just as strong as ever. And just as good a person as ever. That hasn't changed one bit. I am a little disappointed in Bonnie. And that is so hard for me to say, because even as I say it, I know that she's been through a lot. But I don't like that this is mostly being directed at Stefan. I mean, she named Damon in that, but because this happened, because they waited so long, Bonnie had to step in and stop Stefan, and it's only reinforced how she feels about him, which bothers me so much because they were close, and she did have this strong sense of his goodness. And it seems kind of like that's just like almost all gone. And Stefan does not deserve that at all. I'm so happy that Elena stayed with, like, he needed that. He needs to be forced to deal with this, get it out of his system, however long it takes, however many times it takes. But they needed, somebody needs to be with him. He cannot feel like he's just become the problem and they've tossed him in a cell because they can't deal with him. That's not the image you want to project. He needs to know that you're with him, lending him the strength he doesn't even think he needs, no matter what. That's what he needs. You cannot abandon him now. Elena has proven like worthy every single time I get nervous, but like the amount of times I'm getting nervous is becoming more and more, so I'm just scared. But she's proven that she's willing to stick it out. I just have a feeling that the way she sees Stefan is changing, and the way I see it, nothing has changed. He is still just as strong as he was before. You're just seeing exactly what it is he has to be strong about now, and why. And so if that changes any opinion of hers about him, then she never really cared as much about him as she said. Because he's still displaying strength. He is still displaying it. And he's told her time and time again that this is what it's like, and that this is what he doesn't ever want her to see him like this. And she says, I can handle it. Well, I hope that's true. I'm not even going to get into Jeremy right now because I've been going on and on and on and on. All I'll say is that Elena lost an opportunity and maybe pushed him into towards the guidance of their uncle, who is terrible, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's terrible. This last couple episodes have been his whole story has just been seeing, like, him literally learning from every conversation that he's having who it is that he can trust, and not on purpose. He's not setting out to find this out. Literally, it's just the conversations that he's having and the answers he's getting are teaching him who he can trust and who he can't, and they are not even the right answers. Frustrating. This show's gonna kill me. Like, I'm like, should I have reacted to this? Is this the thing I should be reacting to? Like, sobbing on camera every time I'm freaking here. God damn. You guys must think I'm like the biggest wreck in the world. God. You know what? I am as stressed as I am. Like, the fact that I'm this emotional, this stressed, feeling this strongly, is a testament to this show's to everything kind of going on here. Everything, all of it. Directing, acting, writing. The story does move. I wouldn't say, like, a lot of people said it moves very fast paced, and sometimes that can sound like, oh, it's going to be like just kind of like moving at a speed where you can't understand, or you need to pay attention really hard. But I think what it really means is that it's just not lingering on stupid things. It doesn't need to. It presents an issue, it resolves the issue, and presents new ones. Like, it doesn't just hold on to an issue as like, this is the issue, and then you'll find out in the finale. Like, no, this is a great way for it to be fast-paced, and so I'm glad that that's what you guys meant by it. It really does just kind of like move through the issues towards something bigger. Like, these things, they happen, they resolve themselves the way they would in real life. We don't need to wait for that finale for every single issue to be resolved or to move on to a new thing. So that's great. It is very fast-paced. You guys were certainly correct about everything. Like I said, I have so many hopes, way too many hopes for a person to healthily have about a show. And we didn't see Matt, so that went nowhere for me. Like, those hopes are still alive and kicking. Anyway, Caroline, Queen of the universe. love her. I thought I never thought that I would love that it would be possible for me to love her this much. I didn't think, because of the way she was acting in the first few episodes, I just didn't think that a change was possible this drastically, this fast for her, and yet believable. Like, holy hell, I love that girl with all my heart. All the awards. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for, if you're still here, thank you for sticking with me. And I'll see you guys for the next one.
We'll be right back.